We could have chose any martial art for my daughter, but there was something about Brazilian Jiu Jitsu that I wanted my daughter to experience that I think will be able to impact her for the rest of her life. Not only will she be able to protect herself, she'll be able to exercise, she'll be able to have discipline, confidence. I think it all helps. If you're thinking about signing your kid up for a martial art, this video is for you. I'm gonna tell you why we signed our daughter up for Brazilian Jiu Jitsu. It was already a given when my wife was pregnant almost 8 years ago with our first daughter that my daughter was going to do Jiu Jitsu. But going into it, knowing how I started, like most people, I started in the trenches. You know, you got to be a certain kind of crazy to go to Jiu Jitsu 3, 4, 5 times a week in your 20s just to get smashed every day. And those were the only reservations and concerns I had about starting Jiu Jitsu with my daughter, because it's going to be hard. And as a dad, am I able to deal with that? You know, as a dad to a daughter, or a dad, even maybe not a son for me, but as a dad to a daughter, you want to protect your daughter from certain things, but you also don't want your daughter to be no punk. See, my daughter went to American Top Team first, and she would get smashed every day. I didn't go to American Top Team. I went to Gracie Jiu Jitsu, which is a lot more exposure, a lot less exposure for the kids. They bring sparring and rolling on very, very lightly. You don't roll and spar until you're probably almost 14, 15, or 16, I believe, in Gracie Jiu Jitsu. But at American Top Team, they throw you into the fire, essentially, and these kids grow up in Jiu Jitsu like we did. You go, you get smashed, you learn from it, and you go back. So to see my daughter getting smashed and her losing and her looking at me like, help me, Dad, I'm gonna be honest, that's not something I could have done. And I didn't do it, unfortunately. I kind of feel like it was a mistake. I should have kept her in it, and I should have had her gone through that fire. But I didn't. You know, we would go to Jiu Jitsu, and she would say, I'm gonna go lose to so and so today. You know, I felt like her confidence was getting low, so I didn't feel like she was ready. So I took her out and I put her in Gracie Jiu Jitsu. And Gracie Jiu Jitsu prepared her a lot for where she is now. And when she went back to American Top Team 2-3 years later, it was the same growing pains. She just could handle them a little better. She understood them a little better. So the reservations I have for getting my daughter in Jiu Jitsu is going through that initial phase. Because as a new dad, that was hard for me to see. And I'm a big crybaby. I'll say it here first. You heard it here first. I'm a big crybaby. So when it came to my baby, it was hard for me to deal with. So those are the reservations that I had of getting my daughter in Jiu Jitsu. That also goes along with, was the decision worth it to put my daughter into Jiu Jitsu? Was the decision worth it to take her out of American Top Team, put her in Gracie Jiu Jitsu, just to bring her back a couple years later? Me and my wife initially said that we were going to bring her back to American Top Team. We thought that it was good for her, somebody else being hard on her other than her mom and her dad and her grandmother and her uncles. It was another form of a coach, which I think that she needed. And I think that it was the right decision. I think every kid is different. If you think your kid can handle it, then leave him in there. I personally didn't think my kid could handle it. My daughter is a sweetheart. I don't think she can handle it. Maybe I was wrong, but right now, how she's doing now, I think it was a good decision. I think she's improving. I think her confidence is getting better. I think she's getting a little more competitive. She's getting a little aggressive, and she's having fun. there aren't any negatives or reservations from putting my daughter in jiu-jitsu from the decision that I made. I think they're all positive. So I don't think there's any wrong decision that I've made putting my daughter in jiu-jitsu. And she actually really likes it. She really, really likes it. That was also a concern of mine. Is she gonna like it? Because in my household, you have to do jiu-jitsu until you're 16. Until you get a blue belt, then she has a decision whether or not if she's gonna do it or not. But once she gets a blue belt at 16, she's fine. She doesn't have to do it. She has a decision to do it if she wants to. Although we believe the decision was good to put our kid in jiu-jitsu and to go about the route that we went, her confidence is growing. She's getting more aggressive. She's learning how to be a little more competitive. First, my daughter, she didn't really care. She wants to win, but she didn't know the process of winning. And I think she's learning that with jiu-jitsu. There's a plethora of things that she's learning while she's doing jiu-jitsu. 3 things, I should say, that I see improvements in with my daughter are confidence, competitiveness, and focus. I think those are the main things that my daughter is excelling in that she wasn't as great in when she first started. Also, working hard. We all know to get better in jiu-jitsu, the more time you're on the mat, the better you get. So working hard is a big thing that I'm trying to instill in my daughters. Is if you want to be good at something, you got to practice. If you want to be good at something, you got to work hard. Practice makes perfect. If you want to be good at something, you got to practice. If you want to be good at something, you got to work hard. And she knows. And now she knows that, okay, Daddy, we have to go train, whether it be swimming, piano, or jiu-jitsu. She knows that we have to go train. Every Sunday, we go practice swimming. 30, 40 minutes before Brazilian Jiu Jitsu class, we practice the technique. If she wants to be on the iPad or any screen time during the week, she has to do X pages of math for extra work. Before she goes to bed, she has to read. So these are things that she does to emphasize that working hard. And I think she's getting a lot of that from going to jiu-jitsu. And that all ties back into how we want that family dynamic to go for her. We want her to know that if she wants to, we want her to realize that if she wants to do something, if she wants to be great at anything, or even good at anything, she's gonna have to work hard. She's gonna have to work hard, and she's gonna have to practice, whether that be, like I said earlier, whether that be Brazilian Jiu Jitsu, piano, swimming, anything, even family, or a wife, or a girlfriend, or a daughter, sister. You have to work at these things. And I think in our family, we have to work hard because things aren't given to us. And I do think that ties back into jiu-jitsu, because if she wants to be good, if she wants to get that stripe, and if she wants to get that next belt, she has to go and she has to work hard. Right now, she's only 7, so right now it's not as serious as it will be when she gets a little older, but we are instilling those aspects in her mind as far as working hard. So when she gets a little older and maybe more serious at whatever sport that she does, she knows that she has to put the extra work in. I hope this helps you dads or moms trying to decide if you want to put your kid in Brazilian Jiu Jitsu. And on one of my previous videos, I described why your kid should be in Brazilian Jiu Jitsu, and this is why my kid should be in Brazilian Jiu Jitsu. So I hope this helps. Please like and subscribe to the video. This is Patrick, 40 and Flowing. Peace.